So I just want to get into stating this is a chart I made um, in reference to everything that um, we're going to be analyzing other videos with. And when we get into these shows with whether it be Batman or Dragon Ball Z, um, Marvel series or video games like Ninja Gaiden trilogies or otherwise, um, I'm going to be looking at the core identity, identifying, say in the first Thor movie, uh, where he was cast down to Earth. He was following the Luciferian narrative. Even though Thor is not a Luciferian character, in the beginning of the story, he had a great ego. That is Luciferian. And its function is to uplift towards spiritual ecstasy, imagination, and transcendence. And we could see where the ego is like you have to. There's this level of pride or self that you're so great that you're to what you can connect to and access. We're on the other side. Aramon takes that away. It reduces. It's reductionism. It's not. It kind of beats down the ego in a lot of ways. Um, Not that saying it always does, but what do we see when Odin goes to Thor and casts him down to earth, or you know, he strips him of his power. He takes his hammer away. He reduces him to a mortal being. So he must learn to cultivate something of heart, not from his ego. And that's what the story ends up kind of following. That narrative is the Luciferian narrative of him falling and then losing his ego only to find heart. He finds a relationship. Uh, he finds the need for his friends, and if he builds compassion to the point where by the end of this show, you know, where it, he is willing to sacrifice himself and all for his friends, his family, his loved ones. Where in the beginning he was willing to put them all in danger for his own power and might and ego and how mighty he is. Um, and and the Thor story captures this Luciferian narrative, this Luciferian story wonderfully, you know, of turning ego and love for the self to love and compassion, and all your might and greatness is of service to everything that you love. This is just a brief, you know, I'm not going too far into all of this. This is a short little thing, reference, but I like to get more into these stories of in-depth, references, maybe have video references and otherwise to go more into these um, the symbolism here. with anthroposophy.